Saturday morning. It looks fairly blurred right now, but as I was just leaving the house, there was blue sky breaking through this, so I think this is sort of just a fog hanging around after some rain overnight. Heading to, I think I mentioned it, I applied for a engineering science seminar being taught by a guy who's known for it, and now that I've said that, I remember that I said I was going to it. It's on today. I was leaving the house. I told Batman I was going to work because I'm going to be gone for the day, and my wife goes, "Is it Friday?" I said no, but I just figured I'm going to be gone for the day, so. And then she said, "Why are you leaving so early?" 2-hour drive, because it's at Terrigal, which is in the central coast. They actually said like an hour 53, but it says typically between an hour 50 or an hour 40 to 2.5 hours. I'm hoping I get there on time. Left myself like a bit over 2 hours, 2 hours and a quarter type thing to get there. So far, mountain traffic's pretty good. Haven't gone very far yet, but there's not a lot of people on the road, so we'll see how the trip goes. Fuel tanks pretty close to full. That 2 hours, it said it was 145 kilometers. It's accredited as 6 hours for your teaching accreditation for professional development. It's free. You just had to be, I think it's only 8 people. He limits it to a small group. Today's day is my kind of reprieve from the timetable. I spent yesterday kind of going through and adjusting all of the parameters inside the timetable, removing all the Year 7 classes that were disappearing and adding a new class into Year 8. There's some other requests from some people. The Stage 5 electives are really crowded. There's like some massively oversized classes. The 3 food classes I've got are full. 2 of them are over full. I don't think I could run another food class because I don't readily have another food teacher. Some other classes that are massive, if people still want to move into them, there's one head teacher at least who was in that situation made some suggestions on how that can happen, but like how they could create another class and have it covered within faculty. I forwarded that through, those concerns through to the deputies and the principal as well. Said I would have a look at that. Numeracy coordinator was worried about the comment I made about like numeracy staff would probably come off to balance curriculum first. They had a concern that you build rapport and routine, and we're going to put the kids all the way back to the start of the year, but we are at the start of the year and they only see them once a fortnight, which is why it's hard to make rapport and routine. 20 classes and only 15 of them will have seen their teacher twice by the end of next week. The other 5 will only have seen their teachers once. So it's not super disruptive. But that said, most of the people who've picked up numeracy are because they were like 1 or 2 under. They're not likely to change, so I should hopefully be able to keep the same people on and hope for the best. The deputy told me to get myself taken off class on Monday and probably Tuesday, and period 1 both those days is Stage 5 medal, and I said, look, I'll take those classes, but I could probably just leave work for the seniors. And she said, we've got some casuals at the moment, they might be able to even just sit on the class, sit in with the class while the class is doing the work that you've left them. Because even Year 12 probably won't like it because they're doing some prac stuff, building those carports. 11 are still getting everything completed, all the LLN testing, the go-to work placement testing, course, signing up for things. They've got to do their on guards, and they've been pretty good, and so I should be able to just leave that for them to continue. I need to make sure that my mind switches off from that today, because I want to be focused, even though when I did my master's in education, it was with engineering science as my major. I was able to kind of focus enough to get assignments done, but I haven't had any classes. Keeping your mind active with that. We didn't get enough kids to do engineering studies this year, but 2 kids did want to do it, and they're doing it via distance ed, one of whom has apparently been doing well at the start of the course. The other one hasn't been attending school enough, and they actually rang and with concern, I said, we haven't had anything come through from this student. I said, yeah, he hasn't been here either. So I asked about the other one, and I said, oh no, he's been good. He actually came to an in-person class, and he's been on one of the online tutorials, and he's submitted some work. So I'm pleased with that. I've got him in construction, but apparently he's going to drop construction to his other courses, which are more related to engineering. Long drive, and I've got my coffee with me, so.
I got part of the way there. Got the front yard motor out up to the street, no wood working. Got the upper section of the backyard done. That's when it started raining. I don't know how good it is to run a cordless mower in the rain. I mean, it's enclosed, so I just quickly finished that top section because I didn't want to leave it unfinished. But someday I'll have. The reason the last video ended the way it did was as I was driving down the hill towards Brooklyn. It would have been a beautiful look of coming across the Hawkesbury River. Phone said it was storage was full and stopped the camera, and that was that. So yesterday it was good, but I'm not really sure what I was expecting, but I didn't feel My friend really got a lot out of it, and I think that's because my knowledge in engineering studies, even though my master's is in that, you don't keep doing it, you forget stuff. And all of the maths, when he did the maths bits, some of the teaching resources he showed, they take years and years to try and develop and get. I'll start on that. I think we have some from the previous teachers. Now, it was a long day. I discovered last night that I forgot to take my medication in the morning for my nerves and stuff, which explains why I started to feel a little bit spacey in the middle of the afternoon. Thought I might need to stop on the way home for a nap, but I'm straight through. And anything else that I thought I might want to do this afternoon outside, go in and continue working on the new timetable changes. I got to look at it.